steps, arranged like pot plants, 1, 2, 3, eating our toast and looking out across the courtyard, naively planning summer day trips and meal rotas, and Celine is saying, "Delilah who?" And the light is radiating through Pip's scruffy blonde hair, and she's sticking 2 fingers in the air, blowing raspberries, and we're laughing, all 3 of us, through tears. And we have each other, and we'll cling to that, and we'll never walk away. A sound, a thud like iron against hard earth, brings me back to this starry night, and even through my inertia, fresh panic grips me. How will they know how to find me? How will my sisters know where to look? The night sky is obscured as women gather over me, their faces lined with age, eyes moving closer, closer, closer still, testing me for life, whether they see it or not. I wish them only love in this final breath, before their eyes, like the stars, fade to nothing.
Chapter 2. Celine. Present day, May 2020. From behind dark shades, Celine's eyes skate over the shimmering harbour as she hurtles along the motorway, briefly glimpsing the jaunty sway of yachts and dinghies on the water. It's a fleeting scene that appears entirely unreal to her, like a frame from a movie. She takes a deep, conscious breath and tries to anchor herself in the present, all the while sensing herself as though viewed from afar. Glossy curled, 30-something, crisp white sleeves rolled back, her business-like appearance strangely at odds with the 1970s campervan she drives. As the harbour gives way to industrial units, Celine feels time both slowing and speeding up. But the sensation is not unpleasant, and there is no real panic attached, just a sort of low-level sadness or regret. Derealization, a therapist once described it to her, this feeling of detachment, but Celine's not convinced. She doesn't go in for labels, and her time with the therapist came to an end after just 2 or 3 sessions, the experience leaving her feeling worse than when she'd started. She prefers to think of herself as just very slightly fucked up, a diagnosis which is far less complicated, being one which requires no particular treatment. It isn't that she doesn't feel things, more that she doesn't always allow herself to react to them or let her feelings be seen. She's found life to be easier that way, and it's not a big deal. Now she squints against the sunlight and concentrates on the fast-moving traffic ahead. She's on her way to her mother Delilah's place in Arundel, and she swallows the reality of it like a stone, masochistically forcing herself to recall the last time they met, in a cafe in Tarrant Street 10 years earlier, on a warm May day, not unlike this one. On that day, despite a 2-year gap since they'd last seen each other, Delilah had skirted around difficult topics like her abrupt departure from Celine's life or Vanessa's death, instead making polite conversation across artfully mismatched teacups and a pretty tower of scones. At one point, Celine had tried to broach the subject of the police investigation to find out if her mother had heard anything more about her sister's now cold case. But Delilah had waved the unpleasant subject away, her fixed poise never once giving any clue to the inner workings of her mind. If anyone looked